Hello, this is Bob Anderson from Angler's Habitat. Thank you for joining us today on this week's product review. Today we're going to be discussing 3M Scientific Anglers 3M Mastery Textured Trout Stalker Fly Line. This won this year's International Fly Tackle Dealer Show Best in Show Award for fly lines. Really great fly line. Of course, textured. Let's talk about that for 1 second. Most of us have hopefully cast, or at least seen, the shark skin lines. Shark skin lines was a new idea by 3M, and it's a great idea. The concept was to make a line that, instead of being smooth, has a texture to it. What this does for you is it creates less friction on your guides, and also less friction on the surface for water tension, so it's easier to lift the line up. Also, it's greater casting distance because of less friction on the line. The problem was that it was such a heavy texture on the shark skin line, as the name implies, that some people complained about the noise going through your guides, and also some people complained about possible abrasion of line going through your hands. So Scientific Angler came out with just their standard textured line, which kind of falls halfway between the standard Mastery line and the shark skin line. Not quite as heavy textured as the shark skin, but it has the same advantages. Basically what they were trying to do, Scientific Anglers wanted to create the ultimate dry fly line for spooky trout. It's a 90-foot line. It has a compound taper. It's basically designed for both long and short casts. I mean, it's great to have a line that casts 90 feet, but when you're talking spooky trout, you're usually making a 30, 40-foot cast, and it needs to be accurate. That's what this line does. But then again, it also, because of the design and the taper, will allow you to put out 70, 80 feet of line. So if you need to, you can still put out the distance, but it is a very accurate line. It has a very short head design, which optimizes presentation, and it has a long belly. The front taper of this line is 13 feet long. The overall belly, front and rear, is 30 feet, and then the rear taper is 25 feet. That gives you 69 feet of total taper of line. Because of that length, though, it also now gives you some of the advantages of it's very consistent, coming off the water. Also, it allows you to do a roll cast. So there are those times we've all been in where there's willows behind you or trees behind you, and you need to make a cast. This line roll casts very nicely. The Scientific Angler line also has the dry tip technology, which is the first 6 feet of line, especially designed, and it floats extremely, extremely high. Also, one thing that I love on the Scientific Angler lines is a number of years ago they came out with their ID system. The ID is small, a really small font that's printed on the fly line. And on this line, for instance, it says SA, Scientific Anglers, MTX, Mastery Textured, TS, Trout Stalker, W5F, WF5F. So wait forward 5 float in. What this does for you is, if you're like me, I literally have over 40, probably closer to 45 to 50 fly lines in a box. I mean, we're talking tarpon lines, bonefish lines, shoot-in heads, all sorts of lines I've collected over the last 30 years of fly fishing. Got to start giving some of them away. But the problem I run into is when I do have a chance to give one away, someone who needs a 6-weight or whatever, it's like, oh yeah, I got lots of 6-weights. They're not marked, and I don't know what they are. So what I ended up having to do is get out a grain scale and measure the first 30 feet of line and figure out where it falls on the chart and get out the right line. No longer a problem with this line. Also, another great thing on this line is the color. If you are talking presentation, you're talking spooky fish, you want a nice neutral color. This is their willow. It's a 2-tone, lighter willow, almost kind of a tan like my shirt, and then the last 6 feet or so are a darker, a little bit more of an olive color. Great line. You owe it to yourself. Get out there, cast it, give it a try. You're going to love it. Also, one last thing before I leave today, just wanted to invite you on January 13th, 14th, if you're up in the Boise area, please swing by to the Western Idaho Fly Fishing Expo. That is the January 13th and 14th. Come on by and introduce yourself. Say hi. Talk to you later. Take care. Bye.